Thanks for joining us for News from a Catholic Perspective. I'm Jason Calvi, in for Lauren Ashburn. Tonight, the Vatican condemns sex abuse allegations laid out in an extensive grand jury report in Pennsylvania.
Victims should know that the Pope is on their side. Certainly the Church wants to listen to them in order to root out this tragic horror which has destroyed the lives of so many innocent people.
The Vatican statement says, quote, "There are two words that can express the feelings faced with these horrible crimes: shame and sorrow." It comes as the Church in America deals with a sex abuse scandal that has left Catholics in America reeling. Alan Holdren is the EWTN Rome Bureau Chief and is following this developing story. Alan, the Vatican made a rare late-night statement. Is this the result of mounting pressure on the Holy See to respond?
I think you could safely say that, Jason. They were under pressure from media around the world that we were asking persistently here in Rome. We got a call late tonight to come into the press office. As you said, it was very rare to get a statement this late in the evening, and also the presence of the press office director, Greg Burke, giving that statement in person to a select few media that were there. This is the slowest week of the year in Rome. I think it's safe to say around the 15th of August. Greg Burke told me that he actually he was on his days off, and he came back in early just to give this statement. It really was something, I think, that was the result of all of that pressure put on by media, but then also individuals, lay people in particular from the United States and elsewhere, taking to social media, taking to any means they could, and really just putting pressure, saying, we want answers.
I know you've been asking those questions repeatedly. Now, Pope Francis has been criticized by abuse survivors for defending alleged abusers. Is this a turning point?
Well, I think we could say that his trip to Chile earlier this year really was the turning point. He gave an interview there in which it was very evident, after the fact, it was evident that he really didn't know the length and breadth of the abuses that had taken place there. So he sent a special investigator when he got back to Rome to go and investigate the allegations that were present there, especially against the bishops. And he came back with new information, the investigator did. The Pope, I think, really has learned from that. We have yet to see him name anyone to go and do the same in the United States. People are calling for that, even bishops at this point. This is something that is developing. To say that the turning point happens now, I think that's in the Church in the United States, this is really a turning point.
Now, the Pope heads to the World Meeting of Families in Dublin, Ireland next week. Can we expect to hear directly from the Pope on this topic?
That's possible, Jason. The last time the Pope went to a World Meeting of Families was in Philadelphia in 2015. He met with victims of sex abuse while in Philadelphia there at St. Charles Borromeo Seminary. He also went off the cuff during one of his speeches, his addresses to thousands of people that were gathered there in Philadelphia for that World Meeting of Families, and he spoke about issues of the day. If you were to speak about one specific issue of today, something that is really affecting a lot of people and affecting a lot of families, has affected a lot of families, that's something that he could address there in Dublin when he's there next week. That would really be something speaking to the struggles that people are facing today. There will be, during the meetings, a panel discussion on safeguarding, protecting children and also vulnerable adults in the Church. That was something that Cardinal O'Malley was going to be moderating. Cardinal O'Malley has since dropped out. He's staying back in his diocese in Boston to take care of some issues in the seminary there. But that's still a panel that should take place. This is something that is really on people's minds right now, and I think we will hear from the Holy Father about it sooner or later. He said that he was on the side of the victims, and he wanted people to know that in that statement that was released from the Holy See Press Office this evening.
Okay, Alan Holdren, EWTN Rome Bureau Chief. Thank you.